All right. So on the screen, we got the Super Eagles of Nigeria in a training session. And I believe this footage is from like a couple of days ago. But the team is getting ready for that quarterfinals, the African Cup of Nations quarterfinals against Angola. And we are going to be talking about that match in this video. But we're also going to be talking about that update, that camp update that most people have been asking about. Stanley Nwabali picked up the injury against Cameroon, and people are asking, is he going to play? Is he not going to play? And I'm not going to make the final decision, but I am going to get you updated on that situation right there. Plus, we're going to talk a little bit about this friendly match that kind of popped up out of nowhere. But before we get into all that, please don't forget to like and share this video, and also subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Thank you very much. So yeah, first we're going to talk about the Stanley Nwabali situation. Of course, he picked up that injury against Cameroon. Player ran into him practically, and he goes down, favoring his knee. Looked like a bad situation, but luckily for us, it wasn't as bad as it looked, because with this post right here, we get to see that Stanley Nwabali was training yesterday. Not the most intense part of training shown in this video, but you do see him moving a little freely. You don't see him favoring a knee or anything like that. So as far as this video right here, I say this is a win, because you kind of see that there's a chance for him to play on Friday. Now, does he play? That's the coach's decision, but right there, it's kind of a plus. It's kind of a booster for the fans right there that he's moving, that is not as bad as it was when we saw it against Cameroon, because I myself was thinking of the worst, because the player just clattered into him and it looked bad at first reading. But thankfully it's not as bad, and hopefully he does get to play when the team steps out for that quarterfinals matchup. Now, speaking of the match, the Super Eagles will be taking on Angola in the quarterfinals of the African Cup of Nations. The game will be played this Friday, the 2nd of February, 6 p.m. Nigerian time to start. And once again, the Super Eagles will be playing a match at the Felicia in Abidjan, Ivory Coast. Now, going into the match, and especially with the way the Afcon has been going thus far, I feel like a lot of people have been saying the Super Eagles got this done and dusted, and I don't feel that's right. I feel, first of all, you got to show respect for the other teams that are in the competition. I mean, just factually, if you see what other teams have been playing, everybody has a chance. You're not just going to walk over any competition. You see how all these other teams got to this level. They fought and they made things happen. They did great things to get here. You're not going to tell me South Africa is not a quality side after what we saw them do to Morocco. You're not going to tell me Ivory Coast is not a solid side after what we saw them do to Senegal, even though a little bit of help here and there. But either way it goes, they're a solid side. These are solid sides in the competition. You got 8 teams that can win this competition. This is not a hand me over to the Super Eagles. If they don't handle business, if they don't do above and beyond when the matches start, they're not going to make it. And that's just simple fact. We got to handle business. And it's not going to be done with us saying that we're going to win the Afcon. Even though it's great to be positive, there's nobody that should stop you from being positive. But I feel like that shouldn't seep into our camp. We got to take this as serious business. And when I say respect, it's not about just watching people in awe. I feel like when you go 110% for 90 minutes, that's showing respect. Because if you just standing there and allowing a player to do what he wants, or you're just thinking, oh, this team is not that good, we can do whenever, we can play whenever we want, you're always going to lose in a situation like that, because you're not showing respect to the game, you're not showing respect to your opponent, and they're always going to punish you. So I feel like we have to play this match even with higher quality, higher concentration than we played the Cameroon match, because this is a higher level than that situation right there. Now, we're definitely going to be talking more about the match in the preview video coming up tomorrow, but let's move on to this friendly match that was announced, I believe, yesterday. The Super Eagles will be taking on the world champions Argentina. So the game is going to be played in March, and it will be hosted at the Olympic Sports Center Stadium in Hangzhou, China. Apparently, the Argentina Federation has an agreement with a Chinese corporation, and they're going to be playing 2 friendlies in China that month. They'll be playing one against us and another against Ivory Coast. No date was announced for the match, but I checked it up. There will be an international break in March, and that's going to be from the 18th to the 26th of March. Now, I might be wrong, but from what I've seen, there's been no announcement of this from the Nigerian Football Federation. Might be wrong, but this is definitely official. The Super Eagles of Nigeria will be taking on Argentina. Let me know your thoughts on that and everything else. Put it in the comment section. And please don't forget to like and share this video, and also subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Thank y'all for watching. Peace.